A new year comes new iPhones, so we're already counting down the days to the iPhone 17 debut, even if that event is likely 8 months away, and the current iPhone 16 lineup is still quite new. Still, try sharing that with a rumor mill churning out iPhone 17 updates since last year. Those first speculations hint to a more costly range of phones, including a brand new thin model maybe making a debut on the roster. Other speculations point the Pro models toward even higher performance and further camera improvements. And yes, there are the usual contradicting reports and absurd-sounding details that will sort themselves out the closer we get to the projected fall launch of the iPhone 17. Here's what we know so far about the iPhone 17 based on some of the early speculations regarding this year's phones. One may fairly estimate the release date of iPhones. Every numbered iPhone has been revealed in September for over 10 years. Stated differently, given a release within the first 2 weeks of September, the iPhone 17 most certainly will be revealed this September. Apple holding an event on September 9, 2016, clearly matched the trend with the iPhone 16. September 20 sees the 4 new models arrive in stores. Far further forward, the price of the iPhone 17 is far more difficult to estimate. We now know that Apple didn't boost prices on this year's iPhone models, with the iPhone 16 starting at $799 and the iPhone 16 Pro Max topping the range at $1,199. Unfortunately, the first price raise in 8 years could be coming this year, according to one expert. There's rumors of an iPhone 17 Air replacing the Plus model, which trusted leaker Ice Universe claims to be coming this year alongside the other models. More on that below, but one pricing detail now. The Air will be costly, with one report indicating it could cost more than the $1,199 Pro Max models. The iPhone 17 Air, formerly expected to be called the iPhone 17 Slim, will purportedly offer iPhone enthusiasts a new, slimmer version of Apple's smartphone. Bloomberg's well-connected reporter Mark Gurman believes this is part of a plan to develop a new class of Apple devices that should be the thinnest and lightest products in the whole tech industry. The iPhone 17 Air would supposedly boast a 6.6-inch display, and it could have a redesign reminiscent of how the iPhone X shook up the iPhone lineup when it deleted the home button and introduced the notch in 2018. That said, speculations of it being aluminum rather than titanium are a touch alarming considering the pricing talk being batted about. Analyst Ming-Chi Kuo predicts that the iPhone 17 Air will prioritize being thin above all else, to the extent that the phone may only have a single main camera lens. While that seems like a rather unusual and frustrating downgrade to have, Kuo later said that the phone might be one of the first iPhones with an Apple-made modem. To create way for the iPhone 17 Slim, researcher Jeff Pugh claims there will be no iPhone 17 Plus. That's a bummer, given the rumored high price for the Slim and given our good evaluation of the iPhone 16 Plus. But it's not entirely unexpected. Reportedly, the iPhone Plus series hasn't been that much more successful than the iPhone mini, which flopped. When the iPhone 17 Air launches, it will have some company. Samsung just previewed an ultra-slim phone of its own with a Galaxy S25 Edge teaser. That phone is also scheduled to debut this year. Beyond the Air, the iPhone 17 may not alter all that much in terms of its overall design. According to analyst Jeff Pugh, the iPhone 17 will still be a 6.1-inch smartphone, with no ambitions to grow an extra 0.2 inches like this year's Pro models. Pugh claims Dynamic Island would shrink on the iPhone 17 Pro, but a separate rumor indicates the Dynamic Island will retain the same size on all iPhones. There's also news out of China of iPhone suppliers adopting a new design that offers more seamless transitions between materials like glass and aluminum on the phones. We'll have to wait for further renders to emerge to see what impact this has on the iPhone 17's design. The basic iPhone 17 could be in line for one of the larger enhancements, a 120Hz Pro Motion display for smoother performance and up to 120 FPS gameplay. The assertion, backed up by a late December 2024 supply chain report, would imply the iPhone 17 would finally have a refresh rate on pace with Apple's Pro versions and almost every other flagship handset. The projected OTP or OLED screens will be able to drop to 1 Hz with the always-on display, just like the Pro models. The screen itself may be a bit more durable. According to the leaker Instant Digital on Weibo, The iPhone 17's panel will be made of a super hard anti-reflective layer to make it more scratch resistant than you think. Perhaps the days of needing a screen protector will soon be history. One thing that isn't certain is whether the Pro models will incorporate titanium in their frames again. While it makes reasonable that Apple would maintain the expensive metal, some speculations indicate that Apple would be substituting in aluminum, a far cheaper and considerably less robust material. Others have contested this, however. Apple's A-series CPUs are no slouch, giving some of the best smartphone performance available. The A18 Pro Silicon, powering the iPhone 16 Pro models, has shown to be a particularly strong performer, as you can see in our iPhone 16 Pro benchmarks. And yet, the A19 chipset you'd anticipate that Apple will employ in the iPhone 17 series might be a significant jump ahead. It was first reported that the new chips may be produced to the 2-nanometer technology, suggesting a larger transistor density for better performance and efficiency. However, further reports have disputed this, maintaining that 2-nanometer chips won't be available until the introduction of the iPhone 18. That's so, the A19 chips may still benefit from TSMC 3rd generation 3-nanometer process. This is supposed to offer improved transistor density compared to the 2nd-gen method used to create the A18 chips. This would enhance performance and energy efficiency, though not to the same extent as a decrease to 2-nanometer would. There's some other positive news on the power front. A report suggests every iPhone 17 model will include vapor chamber technology designed to keep the new devices from overheating. The new setup would replace the normal heat sinks used by existing iPhones and address difficulties that earlier models have had with growing too hot and suffering from performance dips as a result. Greater efficiency means reduced power drain, which implies improved battery life. And on that topic, Apple is reported to be making a change with its iPhone 17 series, producing its own batteries for the first time. The idea is apparently to give significantly improved performance compared to the existing one, which sounds incredibly promising. Analyst Jeff Pugh has predicted the iPhone 17 could feature with 8 GB RAM. However, in a note to investors, Pugh suggested the iPhone 17 Pro models might come with 12 GB RAM, a considerable jump from the 8 GB featured in the current versions, and presumably an essential bump given Apple's drive into on-device artificial intelligence. Ming-Chi Kuo also expects the higher-end iPhones would contain 12 GB of RAM. Noted leaker Majin Bu has suggested the entire iPhone 17 could employ a new glue to hold the batteries in place, making them easy to change without risking damage to their devices. Apple previously employed this same innovation on the iPhone 16 and iPhone 16 Plus, but it seems poised to push it out to all 4 phones in the iPhone 17 series. While the iPhone 17 Pro Max model is expected to sport 348 GB cameras, nothing has yet been reported about the ordinary iPhone 17's rear camera array. That might be because there's no change from the iPhone 16's 48 megapixels primary lens and 12 megapixels ultra-wide, or nothing has yet surfaced. One thing that has leaked is the word for an improvement to the front-facing selfie camera. The analyst Ming-Chi Kuo is forecasting a 24 megapixels selfie camera for the iPhone 17, a major advance over the 12 megapixels true depth cam that's been present since the iPhone 11 Pro Max. It's also suggested that we may see a camera lens with a customizable aperture for the first time on an iPhone. Given how the iPhone 16 Pro models only saw an upgrade to their ultra-wide sensors, these upgrades to both telephoto and selfie cameras could be enough to keep the iPhone 17 Pro and 17 Pro Max in contention for some of the best photography phones around. The iPhone 17 Pro and 17 Pro Max could potentially drop the rounded square camera array that Apple's employed since the iPhone 11 Pro, adopting a horizontal camera array akin to the Pixel 9 Pro, according to various leakers. The iPhone 17 Air, on the other hand, may only feature 2 lenses at most, with some reports stating it may be a single-camera phone in order to preserve space. You wonder how people would receive it, considering the premium they place on cameras when purchasing a phone. All in all, it sounds like the iPhone 17 will be a major boost, especially if the 120Hz Pro motion display and performance advancements come to pass. The iPhone 16 phones announced last September are clearly worthwhile updates, if not revolutionary ones, with Apple putting much of the emphasis on new AI features coming to the phone rather than big hardware enhancements. It sounds like the iPhone 17 range might be a departure from that, should it include an iPhone 17 Air to the mix. So let us know thought in the comments section. Then we'll see you in the next one. See you tomorrow. Peace out.